What is up, everyone? Stephen Michael here with Philip on Breaks, and we are going to go through the checklist for the members here in the group. I'm going to do an exclusive checklist analysis. I'm going to let you guys know the teams I think are really solid, the teams that are not so solid, and the teams that are worth a shot this year. So we will go through the checklist one at a time, one team at a time. I'll get you guys... Why am I on Twitch? I'll get you guys familiar with some of the players that you may not know. Why is it echoing? Let's go to Facebook. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. I'm here to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's go to the checklist. All right. Let's see. I'm going to have to pull up the chat over here so I can see you guys. That's what I'm going to have to do. Let's pull it up. All right, so any questions at all, feel free to ask. What's up, Clay? What's up, Brett? What's up, Tommy? All right, so we're going to start off with the Angels. All right, the Angels are decently solid. They have Trout and Ohtani, obviously, as the highlights. There's no Joe Adele, which you'll notice. Kevin Maitan's meh. Jordan Adams is all right. Brandon Marsh is all right. So you're really looking for Ohtani or Trout, which is still a giant hit. They also have Adele base, so those will be nice if you want to PSA him out. Haven't seen the cards yet in person, but even the Trout and Ohtanis you could get graded out. But if they grade out, they're going to be nice. Frutis Nova, this is the Astros. All right prospect. Then we got Springer and Altuve. That's where your hopes are going to lie with that team. So they are priced accordingly. But then you're also going to have a Jordan base, which may be worth getting graded. Kyle Tucker rookie. So some nice stuff. Then we have the A's, which is, well, it's not totally, but Sheldon Neese. He's been in some other products already. You got Ramon Laureano, who I'm kind of high on, but so if you want to take a cheap shot at them, stack up on the base rookies and see what happens. Then we got the Jays, right? So the Jays are going to have Vlad Guerrero Jr., obviously you may have heard of him. Then they got everyone's favorite pitcher in the league, Ryan Baruchi. But the real value here for the Jays is going to be Chad Spanberger, a little power hitter, a little masher, a little sleeper. And then Jordan Groshans is another great prospect for the Jays. Groshans 11. So, Brett, yeah, that's your deep dive for the Jays. I mean, they're one of the most solid teams on the checklist, and I priced them according to that. You're also going to have the Vlad Guerrero base rookies. You got a little Bo Bichette base, and then you got a whole bunch of base rookies that'll probably pop out that you could just stash away. For the Braves, they are priced accordingly. They have Israel Wilson, Then they got their pitchers, as always, Allard, Bryce Wilson, Kyle Wright. Then you're going to have Acuna and Freeman. That's where you're banking on. You're banking for that Acuna. So we'll see what happens there. But they obviously have a decent checklist. We're going to make our way downtown to the Brewers. We got Corbin Burns. He is the auto rookie. Corbin Burns, I like him more than most people like him. But then you got Bryce Terang, who's a really solid prospect. Not much cook in there. But you do have a Castañeda base rookie, which you can stack for a little bit and see what happens with that. Then you have the Cardinals. So there's no Nolan Gorman auto in here. You're not going to have any Nolan Gorman. But you will have Luken Baker and Andrew Knizer and Elegiris Montero. So all these guys were in either 18 draft or 19 Bowman. They have a pretty solid checklist. And then, of course, you have Dakota Hudson's base rookie, which is huge. Moving along, we got the Cubs. This is one of the most solid checklists without being big. You got Miguel Amaya. You got Nico Horner, two very nice prospects. Then you still have a chance at Rizzo or Chris Bryant. And you got the Amaya die cut. So the Amaya die cut is a nice little bonus if you hit it. But those are four solid autos. No caca on that checklist. Then we move over to the D-backs. They got Matt Mercer, who's a pretty solid pitching prospect. And then Blaze Alexander. I like him a lot. Very small checklist, but it's worth the risk at the price I put him at. The Dodgers, you got Carrot Top in the middle, Dustin May. solid. Then you also have Christian Santana and Keibert Ruiz. So not the most loaded, but Dustin May's on the rise right now. And it's worth taking a shot on them too at their price. Now, this is one of the strongest value as far as the players that are going to be worth the most on the checklist. You got Joey Bart and Marco Luciano. Both of them are monsters, but there's only 2 autos for the team on the checklist. So one of them is going to be a triple player, so you'd have to actually get that randomed off, and one's a Sterling die cut. Both those aren't going to be too easy to hit if you have the Giants, but you got those base Bart and Luciano, so those are where your hopes and dreams are lying on. Those are big cards if you do pull them. Then you got the Indians. You got Bo Naylor. I like him. And then Corey Kluber and Jose Ramirez. They're priced accordingly. They're all right. I like Bo Naylor, but Kluber's not worth too much, and Jose Ramirez isn't worth too much right now. Moving right along. This is probably top 3 checklist, right? You're going to have Jared Kelenic, solid, beast mode. Julio Rodriguez, beast mode. Justice Sheffield auto rookie, solid. And then Noelvi Marte and Logan Gilbert. So you have 2 of probably the top 10 autos in the product on the same checklist. Same with the Giants, except now you have a chance at Justice Sheffield, Gilbert, and Marte. And they got a whole bunch of dual and triple players. You got a chance at Kikuchi in there, some die cuts. Very nice checklist. Very, very nice. I wouldn't be scared to take them at all. Then you got the Marlins. You got Victor Mesa and Victor Mesa, obviously. They're very solid. And then Connor Scott, who's a little sleeper. He's on that checklist. I like him. And then you got a chance at auto, the duels, and these die cuts. So that's solid. Another really nice checklist. Mets, one of the better checklists as well. Obviously, you have a chance at a Pete Alonso rookie auto, so you'll have that RC logo. Then you have Ronnie Mauricio, top prospect for the Mets. Noah Syndergaard. Then you got Ronnie Mauricio again with the dual and triple autos. I mean, very solid. And then Shervin Newton. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who that is. Shervin Newton. That means I'm going to pull him today, too. Fig Newton. There he is. Then we're going to move on to the Nationals. Quiet checklist, but solid. Carter Kaboom and Juan Soto. At the price that I put them at, I wouldn't be scared to take them at all. Then this is a little sleeper, the Orioles. I like Rylan Bannon a lot. Like him a lot. So you have Dean Kremer, Grayson Rodriguez, who was a first-round pick pitcher, and then Cedric Mullins, auto rookie. But Rylan Bannon is worth taking a shot on. I stacked up on him in 19 Bowman. I like Rylan. Moving right along. You got, obviously, the Padres, one of the most solid checklists. Fernando Tatis is going to have a dual player auto and a triple player auto. Then you have Luis Urias with an auto rookie and Tirso Ornelas, another nice solid prospect. Then you also have a shot again, Mackenzie Gore on the dual player and Luis Urias auto Sterling die cut. So Tatis does not have a regular auto, but you have Ornelas, who's a big prospect for him as well, and Urias to make up for it. Moving right along. This is another really sleeper team right here. Alec Baum, Aaron Nola, and Rhys Hoskins. So 3 very solid players. Obviously, you're going to want Alec Baum or Rhys Hoskins over Nola, but very solid. Very solid. And priced according. Then we got Travis Swaggerty for the Pirates. Solid prospect, but that's really all that's cooking on that checklist. Then you got some base Kevin Newman rookies that I would hoard away for a little bit. So that's priced accordingly, but that's definitely worth a shot. For the Texas Rangers, you got Brock Burke, solid pitcher. Cole Winn, solid pitcher. Jonathan Hernandez, and then Julio Pablo Martinez. We're hoping that he bounces back a tiny bit because his stock has gone down, but they're priced accordingly. Then you got the Rays, probably the best team on the checklist because Wander Franco is on it. You could get Wander Franco on a base auto. Then he's going to have some color. Then he's going to have a Sterling. Then he's going to be on a dual player. Then you could hit Nick Schnell, Ronaldo Hernandez, who's a solid catching prospect, and Matthew Liberatore, and Brandon Lowe. So, very solid. Wait, no, that's Brandon Lau, sorry. But that's a rookie auto. So, I'd be very happy with that check. If I had them, I'd take them in a heartbeat. Then we got Chris Sale as the only player on the Red Sox checklist. So if you're feeling lucky, take a cheap shot at them. Obviously, nothing else cooking there. Not even base. Ay, ay, ay. Then we got the Reds. Jonathan India, solid prospect, and Joseph Votto on the autos. So not a ton of autos, but the names are solid. Then you got Nick Senzel, base rookie. Put those away in the draw. We got the Rockies, 2 power hitters, Roberto Ramos and Vince Fernandez. Tons of potential. Right now, both their values are kind of low. The stock's dropped on them since Bowman. But they're both worth the chance. I have some Ramos and Fernandez in the safe because I think that all it's going to take is one decent season in the minors to get called up. They're in cores. I'm going to start raking. Then you have yourself a little gem. On to the Royals. We got Brady, Singer, Jackson Cower, and Suli Matias. Brady Singer, obviously, is popular. Solid pitching prospect. Then you also have Jackson, who's a decent pitching prospect. And then Suli Matias, he's all right. Then we got Salvador Perez and Whit Merrifield on the veteran autos. Solid checklist. Priced really aggressively, too. Then we go to the Tigers. Brock Deathridge. But the reason we're going for the Tigers is the number 1 pitching prospect there is Casey Mize. If you go and look at Casey Mize's base auto and Bowman draft, that thing is going for like $65, $70. So they're priced accordingly right here. He has a dual player auto, a triple player auto, base auto. Then you got Cody Clemens, you got Franklin Perez, and then you got Christian Stewart and Joel Lugo base rookies in there. Moving right along. Solid little sleeper pick right here. Akil Baddoo and then Trevor Larnach. Trevor goes for some decent money in Bowman draft. So they're definitely worth scooping up at that price. They also have Jake Cave and Williams Astudillo base rookies. And you could obviously have your Royce Lewis and Kurilov's graded. All right, then the White Sox. Solid checklist again. Nick Madrigal, solid. Then you got Michael Kopech, solid. Then Eloy Jimenez has a dual player and a triple player. And Luis Robert has a dual player. So, although they're not going to have regular autos, if you land one of those, it's big-time money. Nick Madrigal has a Sterling die cut. Then you're going to get an Eloy base rookie as well. And Luis Robert base, which will be worth getting graded out. Especially if he keeps hot like this. Then we're at the Yankees, the final team of the checklist. We got Anthony Siegler. We got Chance Adams. And then obviously you're looking for your Aaron Judge. Estevan Florial, he has a dual auto. He's not going to have a base. Luis Severino and Miguel Andujar round out the vets. They're not priced too high, and that's because aside from Judge and possibly Siegler, it's a checklist. But for the price they're at, it's definitely worth a shot. And that's really it. That's the checklist in a nutshell. So you could always use this video as reference if you want to decide what team is right for you. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to work. I'm still sorting and shipping out the breaks from the National. This is day number 3 of shipping, actually. 300 boxes so far. So if you have any questions, shoot me a PM. And I'll see you in 1 hour for Unparalleled Football, and then tonight for this, Bowman Sterling. See you guys in a little bit.